What's up everyone, this is Syrian here, and I hope you're ready for some chaos today, because I am bringing you another episode of Chaos Reigns. In this video, I am using the Scorpion Evo with Fast Mags, and my perks are Flak Jacket, Toughness, Scavenger, Tac Mask, and Dexterity. I also have my trusty old C4. Now, first things first, I would like to apologize for a few slight glitches in the recording. This is the recording from my Twitch stream, and the reason it has to be this way is because this was a game of Nukejacked. So, those of you who are well acquainted with Black Ops 2 Theater Mode will probably know that it doesn't handle 9v9 gameplay recordings very well, if at all. So, Theater Mode wasn't an option, but the gameplay was much too awesome for me to just abandon. So, here we are, and I hope you enjoy the chaos. So, what do I want to talk about today? Well, the topic of discussion is, brace yourselves, Black Ops 3. Now, I have actually not played Black Ops 3 on my main account since, I believe, January 16th, 2016. That was the day I got my 100th nuclear, and the day I finally decided that Black Ops 3 really wasn't worth my time. Not while Black Ops 2 still existed and still had a halfway reasonable population size. Well, it brings me great pain to say that the days where that was the case are finally over. It has been a very, very long time coming, and I think it's an amazing testament to Black Ops 2 that it's lasted this long. But the day has finally come that there isn't a decent enough player base in Australia to keep me playing. For me, the main problem is the lack of players in Nukejacked. It's a huge shame because Nukejacked is definitely the most fun I've ever had with COD games other than Advanced Warfare. And for me, there's nothing quite beats the rush of 9v9 gameplay on two of the smaller maps in the game. Now, let me make it clear that yes, it is still very possible to get games of Nukejacked even in Australia, but lately it has been taking longer and longer, an awful long time, and I reckon the regular player pool in Nukejacked has got to be less than 40 people now. While stomping on the FAP clan over and over again is very entertaining in its own right, sitting in lobbies for ages in order to do so isn't particularly fun. I think I had enough of that during my Advanced Warfare days. So, as for stuff other than Nukejacked, well, if you live in Australia, it's basically just TDM. And I think at time of writing, I have played about 8,500 of the things. So, I think it's safe to say I've had my fair share of those as well. So what does this all mean? Well, it means that a return to Black Ops 3 is finally on the cards. And I know a few of you will be groaning at the prospect, but I think I'm correct in saying that more people would prefer to see me playing Black Ops 3 rather than Black Ops 2. Uh, Let me first say that I am under absolutely no illusions as to the state of the game. I am well aware that basically every problem that existed when I stopped playing still exists to this day, and believe me when I say I'm also well aware that they will probably never ever be fixed because, well, Treyarch doesn't care about PC and PC dev is an idiot. All that being said, I also do want to make it clear that this is very much my own choice. I've said many times before that if I ever play Black Ops 3 again, it will be because I want to and not for any other reason. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to damn well try to enjoy it. While the gun balance has changed a decent bit since I stopped playing, it doesn't really seem like there are a great deal more viable weapons than when I left. However, those of you who are fans of variety will probably be happy to see some maps other than Nuketown, now that you can't vote for the same map over and over and over again. So yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to it. One last thing I wanted to mention is supply drops. I know these have been very controversial, and I know a lot of people are very unhappy with the way they're being done, but I have to say that personally, I kind of enjoy those weapons being out there waiting for me to unlock. It's not like any of them are particularly good, so it's not like it's a pay-to-win sort of situation. And it does give me some incentive to play and to play a lot. I can understand why a lot of people don't like the way they're doing them, and if I was someone who didn't get to play the game an awful lot, I'd probably feel pretty aggrieved as well. Particularly so if I had been unfortunate enough to buy a season pass or any of the DLC in which these weapons would originally have no doubt been included. But that is the nature of the beast these days. As I said, for me, it just gives me that slight extra incentive to keep playing the game, and more guns to play around with can never be a bad thing for a game like Call of Duty. So, ultimately, I think the game is in a slightly better, and for me, slightly more interesting state than when I initially stopped playing. Unfortunately, it will still have all of the Black Ops 3 specific problems that could be easily fixed but aren't. You know, assault rifles and LMGs still won't be very competitive because of their lack of mobility thanks to the stock nerf. Controller users will still run rampant with their free legal aimbots, and the maps will still be crap, well, because they were crap when I left them and they haven't changed an iota since, so it makes sense that they're still crap. Taking all of this into consideration, I am quite looking forward to trying to unlock new weapons, and yes, maybe even getting to level 1000 somewhere along the line. Unfortunately, I don't think Black Ops 3 will ever come close to the quality levels of Black Ops 2 in terms of polish or balance. I think if there were ever going to be any real gameplay changing updates, then they would have happened already. Plus, just looking back at Call of Duty's history, has there ever actually been an update that significantly changed the gameplay mechanics or the meta to the extent that it is warranted for Black Ops 3 on PC? I can't think of one, and I think that's because there hasn't been one. For Black Ops 3 to come close to Black Ops 2's level, they would just have to make a ridiculous number of changes, none of which they've actually ever even hinted at making, or even hinted that they understand that the community wants. You know, I'm talking about stuff like nerfing view kick, which isn't even something that's specific to PC. I see people who play on console complaining about it all the time. You know, nerfing view kick or bringing back a toughness style perk. Unnerfing stock so that moving around and rushing with ARs and LMGs was more viable and more rewarding. Removing aim assist for controllers on PC, obviously that's never going to happen. And rebalancing the snipers so that they didn't make the other long-range weapons completely redundant. Any of these changes seems very far-fetched to me at this point, so I really don't see Black Ops 3 on PC ever coming close to having the sort of insane weapon variety that Black Ops 2 had. It is a shame, but we'll just have to deal with it and hope that Infinity Ward pulls a rabbit out of the hat with their next COD game. I know Black Ops 3 isn't ideal, but it is what it is. So, here is looking forward to slaying some noobs, unlocking some stuff, dying to some controllers, getting screwed over by really bad luck with RNG, like I'm sure I will be, and getting some dope-ass purifier feeds once more. I hope you guys are looking forward to it, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a thoroughly enjoyable remainder of your day. Where's me scav packs, game? Oh no. Oh, 18.5k. That's all I needed to score.
Attack reload. Down and clear.
I did kill that guy too. It's the old 164 and 9,
I'm
that's
sorry
okay.
for cheating. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.